Well, good morning, Get Wrecked for Recovery crew. So it's day 27 and Easter Sunday, Resurrection Sunday of the Redeeming Eden Cycle Tour. RECT, Get Wrecked for Recovery. A 48-state, 4-year ride for addiction recovery awareness. Each day I pedal for someone who's passed away from addiction, and the whole end goal is to build a rehab. And this is state 34 and a half, Michigan, on the ride to RAGBRAI 2022. A 4,500-mile loop around the Midwest, Ohio to Erie Trail, Michigan's Upper Peninsula, Glacier National Park, Yellowstone National Park, and RAGBRAI the last week of July. And it's all to raise awareness that addiction recovery options are available, that you don't have to die in your addiction. There's churches, Celebrate Recoveries, and rescue missions all over the nation, all over the world, that just want to help you, talk to you, and love you if you find yourself battling addiction. So yeah, like I said, Easter Sunday, Resurrection Sunday. I've got Facebook friends, I mean, I'm sure we've all got them, and I love them to death, that are all like, don't call it Easter, you know, that's Ishtar and all kinds of stuff. And it's like, this is the way I look at it personally. Jesus is all about redeeming things, redeeming the time, redeeming his people. And so, to me, when all these other holidays got taken over by, you know, Christ and him crucified and for his purpose, and that's enough for me. Like, I'm so glad he took it back. So much so to the point that, like, now I have to end up being told by those people what the original holiday even was. Like, it has been erased from public memory what the original intent of the holiday was for by Jesus. I mean, what's better than that? You know? So anyway, it's Easter Sunday. It's Resurrection Sunday to me. Maybe not for you. But I am headed down to a church service. I got to dye eggs with the family on the phone last night through a video call. And this morning I got this beautiful picture of the kids. All smiles. Kirsten looks beautiful, and Clark looks hammered. It's not often I've seen him make that face before. But Clark, I feel you, buddy. I've got a candy hangover, too, from all that fudge yesterday. Anyway, so yeah, whole goal today, head on down to, there's a Straits Evangelical Church, which is at the top of a big hill. So I'm going to ride over there. I think the service starts at 9:30. Go there, worship, and then hit the road, and I'm going to head 40 miles west, wherever that ends up being today. Weather looks good, bluebird skies. Looks like it's going to be a good one. I just hope that the winds stay peaceful. So yeah, either way, you're going to see more of that right about now. Well, Liam and Kirsten, Sault Ste. Marie is that way. We play Ticket to Ride, which is a board game about trains at home. And it's funny because I played with them over video call from Ohio and won without being able to see anything. And they were like, how did you win from Ohio? Anyway, this is one of the towns on there. So yeah, pretty cool. I'm steadily checking off all the towns on the board. I love y'all. Happy Easter. All right, so went to the Easter service here at Evangelical Free Church of St. Ignace. It was really good. I really enjoyed meeting everybody that I met this morning. And Pastor Bill preached an incredible message about the resurrection. and the power that goes along with that, and the power that Jesus gives to his believers, that resurrection power, when we put our faith in him and trust him through salvation. So yeah, now I'm going to head back down the big hill I had to climb, because there's a brunch that Ron told me about at Mackinac Grill that I've been thinking about for 2 days. Then I'll head west on 2 as far as I can go, wherever that ends up being. And you'll see more of that right about now. Ooh-wee. All right, so I just finished up eating there at the Mackinac Grill. I ate a huge plate of food. I wasn't able to finish it all. I overbooked with my eyes, but walked down here to see this lighthouse, and then noticed the water. It looks like an aquarium. Like, it's just gorgeous. Anyway, saw Ron and them, saw everybody, had a good time there, and now I'm gonna get on the road and head 40 miles west. It looks like the town is something. I keep forgetting what it's called. Naubinway. So that's where I'm going to kind of try to head, and then I'll make a decision on where I'm going to put my tent down at, or get a motel. Whatever I end up doing, I'll have to look at the weather and all those things. But there's a town right in the middle between those two, so that's where I'll probably stop for like lunch. Reassess everything, and then make it on all the rest of the way in. But yeah, I am going to love riding down this lake today. I hope that I have like good views of the lake the whole way down. Feels like I've got the wind behind me again, so it would be a tailwind, which I may need to take advantage of. It's not a big one, but it's probably enough to use it if I got it. So yep, gonna get on the road, and you'll see more of that right about now. Day number 6,733 of riding the Arctic. And I believe that I've started to miscount the days. I know. That's gorgeous. Like, the blue of the water, it is not getting through to y'all through this crazy camera. I was looking at it yesterday of Mackinac Island. Seeing this with your own eyes is way crazy cool. Like, it's radically different than what you can see on the screen. It is just like vivid and 3D. It's beautiful. Either way, this was a little scenic pullout. Figured I'd stop, drink some water, and get back on the road. Let's go. What better day than Resurrection Sunday to pass that mile marker? For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. John 3:16. God gave his Son. Oh, God, you're so good. Thank you. Such a cool day. Alright, so I thought the UP was actually going to be flat, but this is the most mountainous section I've done since I left Cincinnati. I am way up there. Like, I've been climbing for a while. This has got to be 200, 250, maybe even 300 feet of just, get up there quick from the water level. It's been really neat, but looking out, you can't see it right here, but as I look out over the water, it's gorgeous. Yeah, see what I mean? Way up here. Hey, Crystal. So, I just found the Outer Banks of North Carolina. The only difference between these Outer Banks and the ones we were on was the glaciers. And yes, if you look closely, that is a tear on my cheek because this is a worshipful moment. Oh my goodness. Happy Easter, y'all. You know, one of the things about these bike tours being solo is just the loneliness that goes along with it. The main thing I want most of the time is to be able to share it with a friend, like, you know, my wife or my kids or just random friends like I was just talking about Chris Stoll in the Outer Banks. And so, you know what? I came up with the perfect idea. I figured I'd make me a friend. So, this is Wilson. He's not quite the size of a volleyball, but he was the best I could do with what I had. This snow doesn't really pack into, it's more like a crystallized ice. It's not like a powdery snow. But I had to get out here and check it out, you know, because, I mean, what else could I do with seeing ice sheets like this? But, you know, I think one of the best things about having a friend like this is that you just get the opportunity to talk and chat. And that's really what I've missed. Wilson? Wilson? Wilson! All right, so this is the Cut River Bridge. It spans across Cut River right here. It is gorgeous. Like, I don't think I've seen a bridge construction like that. Let me block the sun here. But there's my bike up there. But so I came walking around because I like to explore this kind of stuff when I find it. And under this bridge here, you know, you can see through all the stuff. But there's a door And on the door, I mean, it's got a lot of writing on it, but it says T-Troll. So I finally found where the troll that lives under the bridge, where that's actually at. You know, now I just hope that I can figure out the password so that I can cross. So I am, man, that is just beautiful. And I don't know if y'all can see it like I can, but way out here, yeah, the exposure's blown out. Way out here you can see the lake and ice and stuff. Anyway, I don't have too much farther to go, and I'm going to go to, I think the Cut River Inn has some food down here. So I'm going to stop there and get some dinner, recalculate where I am, how far I need to go, look at the weather, do all the things that it takes to do these tours, and then get back with you guys in just a little bit. All right, so I was just riding down the road and there's a family on the side of the road. So I pull over and tell them about it.
We wanted to celebrate Easter with Adam on the road in the UP.
So you guys are related to Marty.
Yep.
So Marty and Joy, who I met earlier down in Clare, Michigan. Marty was texting me through Instagram and let me know, like, he was like, where are you at? And I was like, I'm, you know, leaving, going 40 miles west. And he was like, where exactly are you at? And so I told him, and he was like, are you going to stay there? I was like, no, I'm still riding. And he was like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm asking a lot of questions, but I really need to know. And so I kind of knew something was on, you know, was going on. And so actually when I pulled up, I thought that he was Marty. And so, like, I had this whole thing I was going to say, and then, like, I realized this is not Marty. I don't actually know these people, so I had better not, like, just talk like I'm talking. So it was really funny. But thank y'all so much for coming out and stopping by on the road and saying hey to me today.
If you see him, you'll be blessed.
Hallelujah.
Hey, so happy Easter.
You, Jesus.
Yes.
Happy Easter. So that was so cool. I got to message Marty and find out the spelling of their names, but that was Jeff, Mindy, Raley, Isaiah, and Selah, and they're definitely going in the credits for Easter candy. That's the best Easter I could have spent away from home, period. Thank y'all so much. That made my day. I'm like on cloud 9. So I just finished looking, and the place that was supposed to be open here for dinner is not. It's 15 miles to Naubinway, and I'm just going to go ahead and pedal it out. I got plenty of calories now between the fudge yesterday and this newfound candy stash. And I talked to a lady there at a hotel called the Adoba Hotel, who said that the place for food is open there. So at least I know I'm riding to dinner. I'm going to have to do a lot better planning up here on the UP, because just a lot of places aren't open yet. It's not that there aren't places, it's just like, they're here, they're not open. So I'm gonna have to actually call these people, even if it says they're open, just to make sure through this section. Either way, thank y'all so very much again for stopping and saying hey. They also gave a donation too, and so it's just so cool, just so cool. They were like, usually we wouldn't even be on this road, but we were traveling it today, and Marty was telling us, and so we had to line it up. So super cool. But I'm gonna get on the road now, and you'll see more of that right about now. All right, I didn't know that these were out here, but let me turn the camera around and zoom in. Oh my goodness. Y'all did not tell me that there would be lions on the UP. No, so look, I tell you what, I was talking to my wife on the phone, and just about how cool the encounter was back there, but my mental state, like, so first of all, I was down on food, still am. Second, I mean, like, imagine yourself on your Peloton at your house, getting your heart rate up to about 160, you know, and then all of a sudden you're like, somebody walks in your house and they're like, hey, how's it going? You know, meeting people with this type of adrenaline and thing going on is just always so cool and so strange. But then on top of that, to have been hearing from Marty and like thinking that's who I was talking to, I'm telling you, like, I was like, I told Jeff, you know, when you were texting me earlier and like that's when it clicked, this is not Marty. And the only thing I can explain that my brain was thinking was, Adam, now you're just talking to a random family about them texting you. This is the most awkward thing that could possibly happen right now. It was hilarious. I will have to always, like, I will never forget that moment and meeting that family. Either way, I've got just a few more miles to go. And I'll be able to kind of figure out what's going on up here as to where I can camp. I mean, this is perfect, but I hadn't eaten yet. So I've definitely got to get some food in my body and then like sit down and look at the map and see what's going on. And you'll see more of that right about now. Yeah, that's a little bit more like what I thought was going to be up here that I needed to be worried about. All right, so this sign says, say no to drugs, remembering Maggie. And you know, I don't know anything about that story, but I'm going to put her on my list. I don't know anything about it, but I'll be riding for Maggie in a few days from now. I pass signs like that often on the sides of the roads, and I always say a prayer, but this one just is kind of hitting my spirit a different way. So that's one thing that Jeff asked, was who I was riding for today. And I think that's always beautiful when somebody asks that. Because, you know, it really shows me their heart and that they care about what we're doing, what we're all doing together here, and celebrating the life of someone who's passed away from addiction. So yeah, either way, I don't really like to. I mean, I've got a super wide shoulder, don't get me wrong. But to have such beautiful views of Lake Michigan and then just this crazy loud traffic all day, it really takes away from what's going on over on that side of the road. Anyway, not too much farther to go. Let's do this. I tell you what, it's nice to come up on this town. So this is Naubinway. This is what I've been pedaling toward most of the day today. My Garmin says 45.77 miles right here. I may have done 3 miles in town, but these are the first services that have been open. So that's like a 42-mile stretch. So if you plan on bike touring the UP in the winter, make sure you've got enough food. I've got plenty. But yeah, that could have been dangerous. So anyway, I'm gonna roll in here, see if there's some food, and sit down and figure out what to do. All right, so I got the food knocked out. I went to the Cove Bar. And I'm back in that part of America where this is like the only place you're going to find if you are hungry. So I went in there, and the people in there were incredible. One of the people subscribed to the channel while I was there. And I really didn't talk about much other than like trying to find out info on where to camp, what's good, all those kind of things. And one of the men, Eric, was telling me that like a place owns 35,000 acres on both sides of 2 right here. And that it's like some type of club or something that owns it, and so it would probably not be a good idea to camp. But if I went like 5 miles down the road that I could, looked at the weather, and the weather looks like it's going to snow tomorrow starting at 1 o'clock. That's been holding all day, so I think that's probably going to be the way that works. So what I may do is get a motel room if there's one here that's open, and leave out at like 6 in the morning and try to beat the snow. I don't want to be on these roads in the snow. I also found out that taking 28 would be better than taking 2. So I've got to get up that way anyway, which will be my whole goal tomorrow before the snow sets in. So yeah, I'm going to go find a place to be tonight, and you'll see more of that right about now. All right, so I went with the Adoba Motel, and it's actually pretty nice. It's getting super late. I've done a lot on the videos today. You guys got 2 movie references, and I got friends on Easter. How cool is that? So I'm going to go ahead and cut and edit the video and get it out to y'all. If you know anybody who's passed away from addiction in any form or fashion, please drop their name in the comments or find me through the Popple link in the description, and I would love to ride for your person and celebrate their life with you for a day. If you know anybody who's actively addicted, anybody in general, share this with them. Thank you so much, Get Wrecked for Recovery crew, every one of you that is liking every video, commenting on every video, and sharing every video and subscribing to the YouTube channel. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that. Don't forget, Redeeming Eden is a non-profit ministry through International Gospel Outreach. That link is also in the Popple link, and you can go there and find out more about Redeeming Eden and the Cody Jordan Forever Funeral Fund, which is a fund I started to help families that lose loved ones to addiction with paying funeral costs. But yeah, so glad to have met Jeff and Mindy and Isaiah and Raley and Selah today. Super cool. Thank you so much, Marty, for sending them my way, and thank y'all for having a passion and a love for what we're doing out here on these cycle tours. It's beautiful to see, and I was certainly blessed by your company today, even on such a lonely day that I had to make a snowman for a friend. If I'd only known that y'all were going to show up, I wouldn't have had to do that. But yeah, so from here at the Adobe Motel in Naubinway, Michigan, on the Upper Peninsula, I love you guys. Jesus loves you. I'll see you later. Have a good night.